right? Fiora, of course, he's up against his most famous champion in the Renekton. Of course, if you can pick the W when Renekton's going to use it, you can really do some damage, being able to riposte that and ruin his day as effectively as possible. See how they do as we hop onto the Rift.
So, good start here. I like the idea when you have this Fiora at level 1, you can try to make tricky plays like this. And if Dundon doesn't react quickly, too, you might actually really put the hurt on Sylvie and delay him even further. Now, looks like he wants to try to invade and steal this. I think a little bit mistimed. We'll see. Flashes for it.
He flashes and he steals it away! Umpty just... I don't know what this style is that they're employing, but I love it. Calculated.
Well, I mean,
Giga Chad play. I think he knew that Sylvie didn't have it, as now he's just... just walks past him menacingly and heads over towards the Raptor camp.
They've got these wards set up.
Yeah, just to continue ruining Sylvie's day. And of course, Umpty had an extra charge of his smite available, and so now he can challenge for this red buff as well.
Yeah, Sylvie going to have to start these Krugs, so he might actually, as you say, challenge the red buff here.
Yeah. Dive opportunity now presenting itself as Summoner spells available outside of the heal. So a fair bit of mitigation available here, but level 6 is hit by Umpty, gets the flash out of Vital immediately, and now he can come on forward. Peter down to 100 health, Effort looking to try and set it up for Henna, piercing light, and that will do it. They'll get a plate to add on to boot, and Bro off to a great start.
Really great start, and they juggle the aggro on the turret very well.
Well, immediately the Ghost is going to be popped here as Dundon, oh dear, just don't think that he's going to have enough to get out of this one. We'll need to slice, dice, and then do even more of those abilities that have a similar name. Doesn't have them available, and that is going to be Morgan picking up the second kill for Bro.
This is huge. You know, all of the worries we had for the Fiora are now kind of allayed here.
Is very repostable.
Yeah. I think that Umpty is unseen right now.
Morgan, dangerous. There's the flash forward, and Cease and Desist is there. Easily chomped up, and that's what happens when you use Riposte and you don't have it.
And you're going to lose, very likely, first turret here on the top side of the map. If you can't commit mid here, you're not able to get that one. So this fight is really important for Predabria, and I think in this composition, especially if Fiora could somehow get some gold out of it. Big first strike value.
Yeah.
You can find a target here for Sylvie to actually lock down. It's really easy to turn, but the positioning here of Henna is staying in mid. It looks like you're just going to simply give this one up. And there's the TP finally coming back online for Dundon to catch this top wave. Fiora getting some value there on the top side, but the big win is the Drake.
Yep. So trying to split, trying to trade that Chemtech Drake, as they'll use the Nature's Grasp to guarantee the turret. I really like this. Karis is going to push back the Crocodile as well. See whether they can make a handbag of him. Not able to right here as Sylvie dives forward, flashes over the wall. Karis so extraordinarily low as Henna dashes on him, but Peter almost just barely able to survive. Oh, the perfect execution into the backline from Fiesta as Morgan is trying to dash his way out. And Nongshim come alive.
Oh, Nongshim certainly do. Fiesta picking up 3 in this fight.
Although Henna now in a whole lot of trouble. He is going to get taken extraordinarily low. He flashes, kept alive just barely. I swear I saw him die.
Yeah.
But instead
the heal just like brought him back to life. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, the revival heal.
We saw it with the rocket belt. We've seen it with the extendo beam. And Predabria once again starting this up.
Oh, Dundon. Very aggressive onto Morgan here. Wants to try and find that last one. It's not going to be enough. Oh, the grand challenge was successful. However, the kill does not come through. Nature's Grasp to come down. Umpty wants to rush it. He successfully gets the Baron, but can they get out is the question. As Henna wants to desperately pick up the kill, but it's not going to work. Cease and Desist comes in, and he absolutely does that. Fiesta goes golden. Umpty just trying to get his team out of there, but Vital says nope. A double kill comes down for the Vi, and I think they may have just traded the Baron for all their lives. A couple of kills go over to Karis, but that's about it. Effort, the sole remaining member with a Baron. Just one Cloud Soul available to Bro as Nature's Grasp coming through once again. This time, it's not going to be that 1v1, and in fact, all of the Nongshim team are coming down. Morgan in a whole lot of trouble as Dundon. He goes golden. Vital picks up the kill. Umpty twisted advance to push Vital in, but he's got a stopwatch as well. Umpty now trying to walk this one out, but he's not going to be successful. A second kill for the Zeri, but she will finally go down. The culling going to be utilized, and now it's Effort and Henna against the world. Henna manages to get a kill, but it's still going to be a double for the Akali, and that's the ace. Not wanting to risk a flip. I don't think, because you can see most of them just standing outside of that pit. Morgan
the Lord
has discovered them. Okay, let's see what they can do. The Cullen getting so much value. Sylvie's just dead. Dundun as well, so incredibly low, but the flash has to come out, and now Fiesta! He's found Henna, who's overstepped yet again. The Aqua Prison is decent, but maybe not decent enough. The GA has been popped. Bro, looking for a little bit more here. Not Morgan taking down the control ward, and they will just back away. Wanted to make it that 50-50. As you can see, Peter's still very, very low. Dundun as well. Not a lot of health bar. Not a lot of these Nongshim players have been able to go back and reset. And you can see Bro all at full health.
Henna's positioning is so good here. No one can really threaten him.
Well, in goes Sylvie. Cease and desist going to be used. Great tidal wave going to be there, but Sylvie uses his stopwatch to get out of the way. A backflip does come through. Karis, he's going to push away the Akali perfectly. But still going to be able to get out of there in Nongshim. Oh, the reset of the Elder. That is not what you want to see. Henna down to 0 health. And Morgan might just win the game. Oh no, another Elder for Nexus trade. And Dundun is just a handbag on the fountain. He can't do anything about it. And it's also going to be Vital falling. It's a disaster entirely for this Nongshim roster as Morgan looks at his hands and wants to know what they're capable of. And it looks like killing a Nexus is one of them. Oh man, Umpty did a lot of damage. Of course, that is some first strike Maokai for you. That's kind of just what happens there. I think my vote probably would have gone to Umpty just with how well he played the early game to keep them in it. Like, look at this gold graph as well. The game was so close until that blowout at around 30 minutes.
This is Nongshim saying we're going back in time. We're scaling and we're scaling hard.
Do it, Dundun. Don't be scared. This is his champion, man. This is what we saw him have a party on when he did play in the LCK. Of course, Nongshim plagued by COVID issues last year, and I wouldn't have blamed him. Let's hop onto the Rift here for game number 2.
Awkward trade. Not going to commit anything to this. Running
Isn't
the
this
heal
impressive?
barrier.
Yeah. Like, oh, Morgan just flashing immediately. That is not Caster Curse. That is actually LCK Curse. As First Blood goes down, Dundun's going to pick that one up. I feel vindicated.
But Umpty just didn't have that same level of opportunity. Now he's just going to force it hard.
Yeah, he just goes straight over the wall. He doesn't have Arctic Assault, though, available, and so Peter and Vital are just going to turn on the pig. Peter does flash away. Sylvie in position now. Without Arctic Assault, though, Umpty had no way of actually starting that fight. He does look to escape. Sylvie full health, which is why they're able to get this shove. That was almost comedic.
It's a safe comp. Scales well.
Yeah,
hard to dive. He has a 1-kill lead, so picks up the extra sustain from this Catalyst Crystal early. He's feeling great right now.
Yeah, and he was a player that said, I'm not going to be known for just my tanks. I can show you the play on more damage-based champions, and looks like he's going for Rod of Ages. So that means that it's going to be damage, Gragas. So sticking to his word. I like that a lot. Body Slam comes in. And Morgan going to have to be a little bit careful here. Because I believe there was a Viego slinking around. There he is. And Morgan just going to have to try and escape this one. Oh, he's going to look to see whether he can, deny the assist from Sylvie. I like that. Make the best of a bad situation.
Just yet. Fairly early, well-timed Rod here for Karis, and it's going to be nice for him. Speaking of Karis.
Yeah, we always cut away from Morgan as stuff's about to happen, but Karis may just be dead here. He has to flash, and there's the ult from Sylvie. Breaks his heart, and that is 3-0 in favor of Nongshim.
And I feel like every time we're trying to say, oh, so one player is in a good spot, something bad happens to them too. We've been cursing a lot today.
Yeah, there's a lot of curses all over the place, man. No one can stop.
Nongshim with a 3rd kill here.
As they were able to take that first turret, which is why, even though it was 2 plates, sorry, hang on, they weren't able to pick up a turret. That was weird. Why was it so much extra gold? Maybe the number was a little bit wrong.
Yeah, it could be
wrong.
wrong.
Right back underneath the turret. 2 turret shots taken here by Morgan. Not going to take the last one, though, as the Dominus trying to be used. But I think Dundun, he may have just done it. Kuldameek does come through. Do we have the Fury available? Nope. Dundun's going to take him down. A solo kill for the Gragas. Well, Sylvie puts down a control ward. Let's see what... Oh, he just steals it! Oh, that was really cute. Look at Umpty, a little bit of a fist bump there as well. This is the bro way.
Gold at the end.
Pacifist winning. As I say, pacifist winning. Henna gets the first kill. What is it with the... Oh, man. I'm walking here. Oh, let's see whether he can soak this culling. Fiesta taking a lot of damage. Glacial Prison soaked by Dundun, who gets Wild Growth as well. He'll finally go down. Henna picks up that kill. Oh my goodness, the Q damage there onto Peter was huge. And now they're trying to turn it around. They've lost Dundun though. They don't have their big tank, and Sylvie this time isn't going to survive. Morgan taking matters into his own hands. He culls the Meek this time around as Vital. He can't do anything. It's an ace for Bro. And they'll look to take down this inner turret as well.
And finally, Bro are online here. Breon taking several kills here. The whole ace.
Well, Karis, he's splitting on the top side of the map. Bit of a 1-3-1, you could say, as Henna is just culling Nongshim. Dundun seems to not be bothered by it, or notice
Henna's
in
just
any way.
occasionally going to ult people. Okay, angle here, good for the Renekton flank.
Aqua Prism was cute as there's the flash out from Henna. Thought that he could pick up Fiesta there as the tidal wave is very late. A little bit uncoordinated there on the Bro side. Umpty thinking about trying to find an angle. Still has that Glacial Prison available as Dundun trying to get out. Umpty finally throws that ult as Morgan dives on forward, but he's polymorphed immediately. So much damage does come through. However, then nothing happens in the end. An ult has been used here by Vital.
Vital's on full health.
Bro are just trying to time it out, I guess, as now Morgan's been caught on the backside of the fight. The Heartbreaker comes through just to close the distance, but it doesn't quite work, as now the Realm Warp to try and defend Sylvie is caught with his pants down, and now Dundun as well is collapsed on by Bro. A teleport to try and stop this as Umpty's found it one more time, and you may not think that it's the peak way of playing League of Legends. However, look at how Bro do it. It's gorgeous, and it's a quadra kill to finish it off for Karis in that mid lane. Another ace for Bro, and they'll walk it down the bottom lane.
You know that quote, like, you may not like it, but this is peak League of Legends. You may like it, but also, this is peak Fred at Breon. and I say Fred at Breon because they were like this last year especially.
It really feels like nothing's changed, does it?
It really doesn't feel like anything has changed. And this game was, as Valdez said about the last game, a game of who makes the least mistakes. And Nongshim, they overextended, they chased down that Krog, and they were punished, and that's just it. 30-minute game, the end, 2-0.
Yeah, clean win for Bro this time around, and they were a bit plagued by illness and things like that here today. Still able to walk away with the victory here. Yeah, and largely it was just Morgan and Dundun hitting each other. Yeah, and not a whole lot else happened outside of that. It was a really fun game, though. And I don't know, I just can't leave a Breon series without a smile on my face, regardless of the result. I don't know what it is, Wolf.
You really just... So the Nara matchup into the Jax, we did see a little bit of a struggle for Rascal in this matchup against D plus Kia. Now we're going to see it again this time in the Modu matchup here, top side.
Well, we'll have to see how it goes this time as we hit the rift for Breon versus Kwangdong Freaks. Yes, including Umpty, I believe.
Yeah, speaking of Umpty, I'm going to go for the flash here.
This is the most Giga Chad. I mean, what can you say? This is the way. I mean, Peanut kind of championed it, and he's going to try to go over the wall here, but you're going to get knocked off, and he's not even going to bother flashing because he knows he's already done Umpty. Amazing gank, perfectly timed, very well read, right when the lane was in a perfect spot. Nicely done by Henna and Nefert as well.
For Breon.
Ooh, bringing the ult out here as flashing away from the tidal wave. Taeyun is getting on top of Henna, but it's not quite enough as they do get pretty low as well. And guess who's bot first? It's Umpty and it's Karis. I don't think this is going to end well for Taeyun and Moham, as Taeyun will go down. Moham is not quite able to jump, as he did get rooted. That is a couple of kills, and the trade was really close. But guess what? The difference maker is Umpty and Karis. And Youngster's just going to start this one up.
How about this?
Umpty says immediately, no, you're not allowed to do that, but they do have to be careful about overextending here. Umpty's kind of alone, so they just burst him down. A huge amount of damage coming out from the Kwangdong Freaks squad.
Taeyun's still very healthy here, but remember, he's still early game Zeri. So holding on to the aggro here on this Herald is a lot tougher than it looks. They may just reset. Henna's going to go just straight mid.
He's like, yeah, enough with that. Can I just Gale Force someone in mid? Oh, well, you found your option. He is dead. Karis with a massive scat of the week. It's going to allow them to just back away as actually Youngjae goes in alone, but Bulldog is looking for the flank, trying to take out effort here. The tidal wave does sail a bit wide as Bulldog's in alone, but now Dudu is able to split up the fight as well. Double flankers finally get the job done. Humpty's doing a really good job of just posturing really aggressively, trying to create essentially a wall pretty far up on the battlefield, trying to clear out all the vision, deny control wards. They already have control of the river. There are no flank wards for Kwangdong Freaks. So if they want to enter this fight, it's got to be, you know, like this, through the bottom lane or something like that. As here we go, Bulldog is insanely tanky because he's level 15. He's got a Rod of Ages. And through all of that, he will live. I don't think it's ready to be regenning at this point in time. As here we go, the stolen ultimate will come through as in goes the Jax, immediately pushed away. It's stolen by Silas as Bulldog is going to take it down. Humpty a little bit wrapped here with Taeyun. Might have to flash out of this one as Dudu is unkillable with the cat on his back, but now they're looking to turn here. Dudu gets a bit lower, and the scatter again. Karis just keeps on hitting these. As again, guys, Bulldog is actually unkillable. Don't even, yeah, they're like, yeah, okay, he's unkillable. Fine, we'll leave him. But this is a massive fight for Bro, and also, I know, I was joking about the Silas. They're actually going to go straight to the Baron.
It's crazy how, I mean, they are going to go to this Baron with low health bars, but with Silas seemingly backing, they feel safe about this. He's not actually at level 16 just yet. His hijack just came back online. He's coming over here. They've got a sense for this. I think it's going to be a little bit too late. However, the sapling going to slow Youngjae down.
Humpty might have to sacrifice. Bubble is good, and the scatter again. You know, it feels, although Breon were able to get this massive objective in a pretty good team fight, they're not getting a huge amount of value out of this.
They really aren't. Syndra with no vision here, you know, of where the Sejuani is, which you see some question mark things, I guess, gauging where he should be. The control wards here on the river. Youngjae is bodyguarding for Duda to take this turret.
Flash away. And a tidal wave is coming through. We have Humpty on the way as he's going to flash as well. Now teleport coming in as we are going to look for Dudu even on the side of Humpty, just trying to get as much value as possible. As in comes the Gnar. Finally, a house is going to hit onto Dudu. That's going to be the one, and the scatter will be enough to collect the kill. So that's 2 big kills in the side lane that will be given over to Breon. It's 13-25. Either way, they are going in now. No IE available as, okay, Maokai versus Maokai. And a little bit of a flank here from Morgan behind Bulldog. But again, those guys are really scary individually, especially with the Yuumi on their back.
All right, somebody might have to TP to deal with this. They can't actually do Baron right now. This is a big problem here. Once again, Bulldog comes in, steals the Yuumi ult, starts an engage, doesn't actually have to commit, or, you know, or the Yuumi ult goes through on top of him, doesn't actually have to commit further, and Jax gets inner turret. Bro lose control of the Baron and lose all of that control ward vision they had on the Baron pit.
Oh, actually, hold on.
Yep, he's back up. It's okay.
Okay, well, we
Still
do
gonna
have
lose
the recall back from the Syndra, but again, in the solo 1v1, like, Kars can't step up to that Silas. It's not going to happen. The TP comes in here for Kwangdong. They are going to start up this Baron. And yes, Breon got the Chem Tech Soul, but is that going to help them in this fight? Megan are about to time out here, too.
Yeah. If Lucian's at less than half health here, that's probably not a good thing. So he's not going to get much advantage out of this. Same with the Syndra, right? So not too huge for their composition. Bulldog actually has the Syndra ult. He's circumvented the entirety of Breon here. Breon, you're going to have to make a call here.
Zon Vision. They still don't know where Bulldog is, but they have a pretty good idea. Okay, now they know. Sapling is going to hit him. Morgan trying to build up into that Meganar. He's doing so much damage to that front line, but Karis has to be so careful. In the 1v1, as I mentioned, he's not going to have a good time, but Bulldog separated from his team. Henna getting the focus of the camera as well. As we track him out of the top side, Effort is in no man's land, nearly dies to the Sejuani. And now Henna is alone as TPs are coming in. This is a wild fight, as Youngjae might be the one guy who gets left out to dry, and he absolutely will be, as a massive Gnar jumps over the top and takes him down. So now no jungler for Kwangdong.
Oh, this was so well handled from Bro. At the beginning, it looked very worrisome, as they're going to try to maybe look for a split push here to win the game. TP coming through. Morgan sees it, though. It's really easy for Bro to just back off here and defend. They'll stop the Baron this way, though.
Taeyun also walks straight into a scatter. just straight into it, like perfectly on the timing of where that was going to drop down. And Kwangdong now a little bit out of sorts as Bulldog is not even able to take down Henna. Very nicely handled there. So very desperate attempt to push and end the game. Again, there's no inhibitor there.
It's just a Hail Mary at this point. You're just hoping that...
So now Bro can end the game.
Yeah, you're just hoping that Bro gets stuck on Baron and you could delay, but you don't have good delay. You telegraphed it with a teleport, and Karis is like, all right, let's sandwich.
Telegraphaport?
Yes. And you get the best target.
It's the new name.
And
anyway, continue.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much else to say here. They stopped the last attempt there from Kwangdong, and the side laning was so close to turning this one, but they didn't have enough time.
Dudu is pretty strong, but again, he's alone, and there's no Yuumi at this point in time. He is going to flash. They are desperately trying to hold on to these Nexus turrets. They are going to get rid of the minion wave, which is most important, but Rion realized it, and Henna's got different ideas. He nearly blows up Tatum, but nearly blows up himself as Morgan gets a bit baited. Rion have to be so careful about not getting stuck in this pit. How many times have we seen this in League of Legends?
A lot. Here we go. He's going for the fight.
He's going in for the fight, and unfortunately, Youngjae tries to get in there and immediately dies. So that was not the call from Kwangdong. They are not able to get the split push. They are not able to challenge the Baron, and Brion will take game number 1, as this is a rout, unless Dudu has, rocket boots and he's just going to run down mid or something. But not looking likely.
He doesn't have TP anymore because he TP'd to the fight, and I would love to hear the comms in that moment for Kwangdong, because it seemed like there was a very split call between delaying and actually just forcing the fight. Bro more decisive. And that's going to be it. Nothing clean about it. I mean, we really had a little bit of everything in this game. You look at how low the damage is on Kwangdong's lineup overall, because Taeyun never got to have a proper 5v5 fight. The one he wanted was just shut down repeatedly by Karis, who just was everywhere at once, doing so much. Yes, he's very tanky and he can engage very well, but now you're playing the Cassante into a Gnar matchup where the laning phase could be a little bit rough. And you're not trying to ult somebody out in this comp necessarily. You're really just trying to be a frontline as the top laner and as the Sejuani in a lot of ways for the Zeri Victor. From Bro.
Absolutely. Here we go. Game number 2.
He could. I mean, and they know that Taeyun warded it. Like, that actually
could.
Oh my God, Valdez. No way.
Yes. Yes way.
No.
Yes.
Umpty.
Yes.
The Giga Chad himself.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, well, he's got some extra range this time, but there's the Twisted Advance, and it's not quite enough damage. So Taeyun and Mob do get out. Weird.
Just getting a bit aggressive there in range, especially as level 6 and that Narbar were coming up. I was starting to get concerned.
Umpty's doing this again where he's really in the face of Youngjae.
Trap.
There's another one. Set it up ahead of time. And now he's got Karis, who's level 6. They could kill Youngjae here. Youngjae does have Flash, though, and he reads it. But how about
they can
the
kill
bottom
Taeyun.
lane? Well, they can certainly threaten it. There are no summoners.
Bulldog has no TP.
On Taeyun, at least. We do have Exhaust for the Cat. As Umpty is going to get this. He gets exhausted, is just going to go onto the Yuumi, but he might have to go down here. First Blood is given to the Lucian, but at least they can trade it back.
We'll grab a plate here too, and all the while, Bulldog is pushing mid. So a lot of CS here lost. His plates have faded away. We're going to see a fight here in 15 seconds for this Drake.
Effort just kind of caught, and Umpty's trying to help out here, but now the gravity field is going to come down. We have to have the Maokai ultimate, but it's not enough to peel for the poor mermaid that is Nami.
Yeah, I am curious how that started off for Effort. We're going to see an ult here from Morgan.
And he's going on in. He's looking for this kill. He's under the turret. Dudu just take a pretty nice amount of damage, but he resets the aggro. He's still going in on this one. He gets really close, but he can't get the kill, and Morgan is going to win in this top trade.
Split push win condition this time as here
Dan,
comes
what's
the dive.
going on here? Dan, what do we do?
TP.
Okay, the TP comes in. The damage is still there. Henna is going to get out, and Dudu is now down a TP. And Youngjae randomly going to be found here by Morgan out in the river, it looks like. He's not going to be diving in, but yeah, just going to be committed into the mid lane. Looks like Bro wants to fight here for this Infernal, as the culling will come out a decent amount of damage, but Youngjae, he's got a Cat, he's got a Warmox.
And they've got a lot of poke here too with his Victor, and The Warmog's going to come back through. Bulldog doing a lot of damage here, and Gnar losing Bar. Morgan on the bottom side of the map no longer has that. Dudu's still holding ult, so the collapse here is possible.
Okay, he's going to actually bait out the Chaos Storm, but he's also going to bait his jungler as Moham gets extremely low, hopping off there for a sec.
Question mark ping from Dudu instantly as they know Morgan is rotating up, but they also know he has no Gnar bar. So a risky choice here, but can start building one up around this Drake. Crazy how close these skirmishes have gone, but Kwangdong Freak's getting a pretty massive edge here as that wave crashes into the bottom turret.
Yeah, no Chaos Storm, but you can see the effect of it as Bulldog's just trading back so well. The double scatter is going to miss onto the Victor. And this level 13 Victor with a cat on a book is just a huge menace. I'm not sure about Bro going in for this, but they do have... Oh, the stun was massive from Youngjae to stop the follow-up from Morgan. And that means that, meanwhile, Dudu's just taking a turret, by the way. He's like, yeah, you know, you guys don't need me. We're going to win that one anyway, and it's actually a good read because they didn't need him. Kwangdong Freaks take control of the river because, of course, they can't show. As here we go again. Culling this time, Taeyun has to flash. Still a huge amount of damage. Moham was not there.
Gets flash, shield bow cooldown. So this is a huge opportunity. While he's probably going to have to back, he's under so much threat here. You've got to be careful. I mean, tidal wave is up.
It's okay, he's got you.
I mean, with the back timing here, Taeyun being flashless, you could set a trap. Look at where Umpty's standing.
Oh, that scatter. That scatter was so close, but now Henna's in a lot of trouble. Or not Henna, Karis is in a lot of trouble. He has to get out of here as Dudu is trying to follow up. This is not the fight Bro we're looking for, but it is perfect for Kwangdong as immediately the Kasante is blown up, actually, but still the chase much better on the side of KDF as they're able to get in. So much for that timing as Kwangdong are able to make the best of it.
So many types of engage here. The scatter misses. Oh, Morgan,
he's trying to make this happen, actually, in Meganar. He is going to make it happen into the wall as Morgan baits them into that one, but Bulldog is so incredibly strong. They're all kind of running away from him.
He's got a cat on his back.
Yeah, so Morgan's going to be the sacrifice here, it looks like, as he does get zippity zapped down, but...
Feels like there's an opportunity for Kwangdong to set up an amazing Baron start and turn.
Okay, this is going to be turned by Taeyun, actually, as they flash ult in from Youngjae. Effort in a bit of trouble, but a lot used here by Kwangdong as they try to get in onto Henna. He'll be forced to flash away.
Those are those summoners I was talking about, but Umpty's here for the trap.
All right, they're trying to get Youngjae, it looks like, or at least somebody on this front line as Morgan trying to build this one up, and now Umpty has to flash away. And Morgan, you know, he's got this Meganar, but there's no support because there's just been way too much damage done.
Youngjae's got Warmog, so he's going to heal back up very quickly here. And this did not work out whatsoever. So many tools down for Bro now. I think they might just push to end. I mean, there's no flash on Henna. There's no Maokai ult. They can at least get this inhibitor.
Yeah.
And kite back to Baron. They have such a nice advantage right now.
Inhibitor.
Oh, inhibitor, get the inhibitor, and kite back. And get the inhibitor and kite back. I said, no more auto.
Yeah. It's rough. I mean, the poke and the kite back from Bro is quite strong. Some of their entries to these team fights have been.
And then he has to flash as they turn on him, and then that's the end of that. They push through. Do not get the inhibitor.
Here we go again. Sejuani ultimate up again. Umpty is tanky, but is he tanky enough is the question. In goes the Kasante, but we do have the stopwatches either way, and the knockup comes out from Dudu onto the Lucian, and that should do it, as Dudu is able to be heroic at the very end. We will have a TP into the base, but it's 5 members of Kwangdong that will push mid.
Looks like we're going to a Game 3, our second of the season, Valdez. Losing that flash and the cleanse earlier from Henna, coming back big here in this final fight as he is collapsed on. Great stopwatch.
No minion wave.
I'm doing the casting closing, though.
No.
It's like a blessing. It means they win.
Karis
here it
has full mana. They're trying to zone him away, as this is a cannon wave. Big scan of the week. They're going to get the first one. Morgan, he's got the Meganar, and they're taking so much damage as he's trying to get the stuns in. That is going to be 3, but that's not the stuns he was looking for into the wall, as here comes the Nami. But they'll just focus the Nexus, and that will be good enough. Kwangdong Freaks will take game number 2.
My man.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job, and I think part of it is that he was allowed to. But again, I always say, you know, if you find yourself in a position to carry and you carry it well, you still did a really good job, you know? He made it a great way through the mid lane to essentially bully Karis out. He got himself a nice little lead. He was able to play out the team fights very well. Going back to an old favorite.
Okay.
Lilia, you know.
Oh, hold on.
Can do this alongside a Renekton. We used to see this, especially when Lilia first came into the meta.
Which mid for Karis, though? I mean, Karis not the kind of mid player who plays a lot of AD champions, and he's not going to in this game either. We'll pick up the Azir. All right, well, feels like we've time traveled back to 2020, 2021 with this one a little bit.
2020, 2021, that's a lot of years.
Yeah.
That's way in the future.
On peeling away from all the threats, keeping Taeyun alive, allowing him to carry the game.
Well, I'm very curious to see how Game 3 is going to go. Well, let's take a look. Definitely one of the core aspects of challengers is the suit.
Certainly.
So we'll have to make that happen. Umpty does not get to flash root anyone in this game as he is playing Lilia. He did go for Moss Stomper.
Yeah. Okay, trade.
Gets the heal out of effort.
That's very good for Taeyun and Moham here. Gonna try to just grab a nice back timing here with this cannon wave.
They should not be allowed back.
And I'm just gonna use piercing for the wave.
He clapped for the hold. Maybe they clapped for the Rift Herald. That must have been it. Because if they clapped for holding the wave, I mean, how far have we sunk? How far have we come?
Well, you know, there's like a graphic that comes up when objectives are taken, so I think it
was probably that.
It's kind of like the old like 60s TV show where like the guy holds the applause sign.
Yeah.
Everybody claps. That's kind of what our thing says. Okay.
Oh, here we go. No flash on Bulldog. Where have we seen this before against Nazir? This is a definite kill, and they're going to give it to Umpty. They definitely could have tried to orchestrate it so that Karis picks up the kill, but either way, yeah, I've seen, you know, some highlights, and my dad used to watch it a bit in the past. Basically, if there's a big moment, it doesn't last a long time.
Big moment.
Either way, this is a big moment. It might last a while as Effort is just going to tidal wave out. And Karis, he's got a lot of damage, but he does not commit to the divide. So decides, you know what, I don't want any more kills. Instead, we're just going to safely plant down the Rift Herald in mid lane.
Yep, and could try to maybe make something happen bottom side here, but Mom is in the way. So flash down for Effort here off of this play. They end up getting the Herald.
That's about it.
All right. That was basically what you just did just there in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
That was truly a tidal wave disengage.
I just wish Karis pressed his ultimate, you know, even get the flash out for someone.
Okay, okay, here we go.
Little gank here. We got Meganar into the wall. This should be pretty easy, but no. Morgan just flashes, and Dominus is. And he's waiting. Bulldog does not flash until too late. And now he might be in some trouble because he's going to get Dunkarood. Is the damage there? No, it is not, as Moham comes in and saves him just a bit. Probably would have ticked down from the Lilia damage.
Still,
yeah. A little bit less valuable if there's nothing happening in the game, but everybody's actually going to TP into this one, so here we go.
Party.
A little bit of a nothing happened until it did, as a couple of sleeps coming in. As you see, Bro is looking to press all the buttons and just move on forward. They get caught by the sleep. Everybody has to back, and a couple of guys get left out to dry. That is 2 kills now to the side of Fred Brion. They don't quite get that objective, but it is still a big win.
Everything that we talked about, like he killed the Zeri.
Bro, I mean, they have the Azir as well. I mean, the Azir and even the Lucian in the late game is going to be doing a huge amount of burst damage. And speaking of which, Moham going to have to flash just for one R button press.
This is such a stressful fight for Clone, and they do not want to give this one up.
Yeah.
The flank from Morgan.
It is just the one Ocean Drake. They put themselves in not a great spot, and that is one scary Croc. He goes back into the back line immediately, just gets polymorphed and does nothing. The damage follow-up is not there. The Meganar gets umpty into the back line. He's doing a decent amount of damage, actually, but does go down in the end as Bulldog does a great job of kiting this one out as well. Finally, we see the Emperor's Divide here. A little bit late as, nope, not quite going to hit onto Henna.
He's going to hit the scrim. Okay, Dudu has his bar. Take this out.
Dominus available, though. So Dudu has flash. He might have to use it here, but it's follow flash, as this should be a solo. It is so incredibly close. As the hop was used, Morgan just needs one more dash to get in range. The Mini-Gnar, oh, he's just barely fast enough.
Just barely.
Oh.
Not over yet.
What?
Don't know about that flash, but look.
Should have let him live. Oh, Henna. No, he sat on top of it, and now he is going to be pushed away. Is Youngjae, has to flash to Taeyun. So not the cleanest engage they were looking for, but that was pretty close.
Taeyun so close to death here.
A lot of damage on into Lilia, gonna set up the sleep onto the Karma as in goes Umpty for extra damage. He's leading the charge as finally he is tanky. He's got Morgan right next to him. Dudu a little bit scary on the back foot, but this looks like Bro's Dragon.
Close to Narbar here is Dudu. Taeyun's still alive.
And trying to get on in there and re-engage. The Wukong not able to get in range. The Dominus popped here now for Morgan, and Taeyun goes down trying to desperately get the kill onto the Azir. That does not work out. And now it's a bit of a rout as they were looking for a little bit more. Morgan gonna pick up the third kill here for Bro. As they said.
Well, as I say, it becomes one level ahead, but for that brief moment when it was shown 2 levels ahead.
Similar in the top and jungle though, and that will matter. As in goes Umpty, he's like, nah, I'm not okay with that. Still full health. He's got a lot more chances to go in and sweep up.
With his dead mans, he could just look for another one.
Yeah. And Karus has got a great angle here. Not sure if they know exactly where he is. Looks like they have identified that the Azir is in fact in the brush as the sun comes in onto Youngjae's clone. And Dudu's in mid with Mega-Gnar. Wait.
Positional error! Positional error, Valdez!
Okay, wait. What? Okay, Bulldog's just dead. And he TPs! Oh no! He's gonna TP into this! I mean, definitely a Chad maneuver, but I wouldn't have recommended that myself, as now the Wild Growth's gonna come too, and the position of Kwangdong Freaks has totally gone to smithereens. I mean, this was not it for them, and Bro,
that might just be the end of it.
They identified it. They're like, wait, really? Okay, we'll just kill you.
Because now, I mean...
Well, Youngjae is about to see a little bit of a dream, I suppose, as he's left alone and slept. This huge amount of damage now coming out from Henna. He's looking for the kill, forces Wild Growth, and barely had to use much at all to get that to happen.
Now they have so many turn ultimates between the Tidal Wave and the Emperor's Divide here, with so little left in the tank here for Kwangdong Freaks and Dudu's Narbar fading away. It's just really easy to just turn on to Baron here. There's no vision whatsoever here. You know, outside of the ward, outside of the control ward there, in the brush, but it is in the pit. I mean, we're going to, by the way, a potential Bro game with all 7 Drakes. I have seen this many times before. Dudu's Narbar has expired here, does have TP and is going to use it. They need to go fast. They need to act quick if they're going to stop this Drake from going down.
It's going to be very reliant on Youngjae here. As the Cyclone is out, he is in the pit, but he is just getting chunked and pushed out of the pit. They get on top of Taeyun as well, but he's able to kite it back. Taeyun's still alive. He's got that support as Bulldog and Moham are just burning around him, desperately trying to keep Taeyun alive, but it was not meant to be in the end. As Bro, it looks like they have finally broken this game down. 13-3, 37 minutes, no 7 Drakes, but 6 Drakes, good enough for them.
No Elder flips, none of that. Just going to be solid gameplay around the Drake. The objective, this draft was pretty unique from Bro. I mean, obviously outside of the first phase of the draft, but it worked out so beautifully. Umpty brings back one of his old favorites, the tank Lilia. And unfortunately, Taeyun can't avoid everything.
Oh, there's Mega-Gnar.
Yeah.
I was wondering. And again, this isn't all on Dudu. I think it's more of a team coordination kind of thing. So before you let those fingers fly, think a little bit. As, yes, we are going to have the game ends here. Bro will be taking down the Nexus here in Game 3. 38 minutes in true Breon fashion. They get the job done. Yeah. Karus doing a lot of damage. I personally would have given my pog to Umpty.
I did.
He set up a lot of the fights and really was the big titan, the juggernaut from the jungle.
He also...
lead them through.